Hello again and welcome to my channel. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. If you have not done yet, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my channel and then see the videos more regularly in your YouTube feed. In a couple of weeks, we'll have the calling in Hamburg, and if you have not bought your ticket yet, please do so. It would really be amazing to see as many people as possible in northern Germany, in my hometown, for our very first calling in Germany. So see you there. But now we have a game against Valda again. I think this is already my second video that I post against Valda. The difference is that, first of all, I'm not playing a stealth focused list here, but I do play a Dagger focused list. And the second difference is that I don't play against a random player on Talishar, but I actually do play against my friend Max from Lübeck, who's a very, very good player, and he's especially proficient in Guardian. So yeah, let's take a look at how the game went. In terms of sideboarding, I took out some of the Go Again D-Reacts. I put in four block D-Reacts. I don't know if that is the right amount here, but I often believe that when you play against Valda, sometimes you can just wait it out, right? Even if they come in with a strong attack, sometimes you can just wait it out, block a bit, and then set up for the next turn. But in this case, Max had a very good turn 0, as he was already able to establish the ley line. I could not filter my hand, so I'm stuck here with 4 rats. But the hand is pretty okay, I would say. I have the Kiss of Death. I definitely want to flick a Hunter's Clave, put the Orb-Weaver Spinnert into Arsenal, so that I have the open slot for the Chelicera. That brings the To The Point up to 4, and the Scar Tissue is in for another 7, so I can go over Max's 7 block in this case, but I don't have a second chain link, so no option to flick the Kiss of Death here. I know that in the next hand he has a Spinal Crush due to what was revealed here. But yeah, so I flick the Clave and use the 2 attack reactions here. So coming in for 11, so 4 over, plus the on-hit from Kiss of Death, plus the on-hit from the flicked Clave, so bringing Max down to 34 here, establishing the Orb-Weaver Spinneret. He has 3 Seismic Surges popping, obviously because he has the ley line and obviously enough resources. As we see here, he can pitch into his Tectonic Plating, and so he's coming in for Spinal Crush Dominated for 9. And that is obviously quite tough here, as I have, well, some Go Again attacks here. And so what I decide here, and that is very early, I know, but is to give him the Mask of Deceit, another block from my hand, then transform into the number 6 agent, the Trapdoor agent, and yeah, ultimately blocking this out with then the D-React that I get. I then can get a Chelicera with the Orb-Weaver Spinneret I have in Arsenal, and probably use the Save a Bloodshed, maybe the Cut from the Same Cloth, and pitch the Upsticks and run in the Chelicera, coming in for quite some damage. Well, it's a very, well, upfront attack, right? He knows what's happening then, but it's still something that he needs to block out, and I only take 1 damage here. Obviously, it gives him another Seismic Surge, but yeah, I need to pressure him here a little bit. So I play the Orb-Weaver Spinneret, and I play the Cut from the Same Cloth first to see what he has in hand. Obviously, it's a lot of block, but at the end, even if he puts all of it in front of it, he needs to block for 12, right? That's would be his full hand, or yeah, some amount of his equipment plus a couple of his hand cards. So he's giving me 2 pieces of equipment plus 3 of his cards in hand. Obviously, he has the Seismic Surge pop in, so he can probably attack me next turn. But he also, yeah, had to give up quite a bit of setup from his hand. I got the Chicken token, and he now plays the Seismic Eruption from Arsenal to create 3 more Seismic Surge tokens. So he has not 2, but 5 pop in, and now he comes in with an Aftershock for 8. The good thing is I'm still ahead in life total, and well, he is creating a Seismic Surge already, so there's no threat for him to lose Leyline. So this is basically 8 vanilla damage, which would bring me down to 31. And given how my hand is constructed with 1 blue, I actually decide to not block here because I can convert my hand offensively quite well. The only downside, if you will, is that I can't really make much use of the chicken quicken token here. So I'm deciding a little bit what do I do, but I want to go ahead with the Chelicera first because Max is marked at this moment in time. So this is coming in for 2. And because I have the resource floating, I flick him with the other Hunter's Clave for another damage. Now pick up the point, use one of the resources to retrieve a Dagger. So coming for 3. And then, yeah, we'll probably play the Pain in the backside. And I could even come in with another Hunter's Clave afterwards to mark him again. And then putting in the Stains of the Redback into Arsenal for a future turn. So that's what I do. I use the Tunic resource. I pitch into the Hunter's Clave. And from what I've learned from many Guardians is that they often just don't want to be marked and do a lot in their power to stay away from being marked. Max not so much, but that is why I definitely give him the Tunic resource here to threaten the mark. He takes it. He has another Seismic Eruption, so he has another 5 Seismic Surge tokens pop in. So probably coming in with quite a significant attack here. But the good thing is I have 2 D-Reacts. At the same time, it's put him in their place. And given that this is coming in for 10 Dominate and both of my D-Reacts are in my hand, there's very little I can do about it, right? So that probably means just giving him 1 of the D-Reacts in my hand. I would take 6 damage, go down to 25. I would need to put the 3 remaining cards into my graveyard, but could draw 3 other cards. And hoping that it converts maybe a bit better than my hand right now did in terms of using the Arakni Black Widow trigger. All right, so we do have some options here to use the Black Widow trigger. I don't have a lot of great stuff in my graveyard yet, and also Max does not have anything in his graveyard. And because of the Seismic Surge tokens he has available, I don't want to put something into his graveyard. So what I decide to do here is to come in with the Chelicera. And there are a couple of options right now. So I could only pump this by 3 with the Black Widow trigger, discarding the Codex of Frailty. But if he would block a lot, I could still use the Stains of the Redback that I have in my arsenal. So I'm checking again, is there anything that is really worth playing from my graveyard? But yeah, the best thing probably would be a Mark of the Black Widow. And given that he's no longer marked after I hit him here, that is probably not a good idea because he could just easily block this out for 3. So I decide to use the Black Widow trigger here, also go for the Stains to give it 11. I draw another card, and the idea was that if it's a good card that I can't use now, I can simply put it into my arsenal. So, and I draw an Under the Trapdoor, probably the worst card I can draw for an arsenal. And so I decide to pitch this into the Hunter's Clave to come in for another one rather than blocking my arsenal with it. And I seem to draw Under the Trapdoor quite a bit. I mean, there's just 1 copy, I think, in this deck list, and I often draw it when it's my target arsenal card. So maybe I should do something different about it. Cool, so it goes down to 15, but at the same time, he has so many Seismic Surge tokens pop in. And he comes in with a Tear Asunder, and they crush the weak. So coming in for 8 Dominate, not allowing me to play an attack with 3 power or less than 3 base power. So basically the only card that I could play is Command and Conquer, but he doesn't have an arsenal and I need to discard 2 cards. So I could not block with any card. So I decide here to block with the Command and Conquer. So the Tear Asunder hits me and I discard the Prognosis as well as the Spinneret to keep the Kiss of Death in Arsenal, as I still have my starting point. So there are some nasty plays that I could do with the Kiss of Death as the chain starter. And I decide to just pass turn, put this into Arsenal, transform into Funnel Web. And yeah, my next hand is okay, I would say. And from Max, it's another Crush the Weak, right? So I do want to block this somehow, because otherwise I could not really play the Kiss of Death. Or I could pivot and say, okay, I block like 5, like Surgical, maybe an Up Sticks and Run, and just come in with a Command and Conquer plus one of the Hunter's Claves, or the Hunter's Clave or the Chelicera. So yeah, a little bit of thinking for me here, but yeah, using the Kiss of Death is kind of intriguing. And also using the Funnel Web ideally for an additional +3. So I decided to give him Surgical and Command and Conquer here, which would me allow to, yeah, probably start with the Kiss of Death. Or maybe use the Up Sticks and Run first. But probably it's, yeah, I think both is fine. Either starting with the Kiss of Death and then being able to use the Funnel Web reaction for the Bonds of Attraction, with the Bonds of Attraction. But yeah, at the end, I don't want to flick one of the daggers anyway. And not use starting point in this position, as he most likely has a direct in Arsenal. So he's probably not really, the Funnel Web would not do much. And so he's blocking for 7. So I decide, okay, I still give him the Funnel Web trigger. If he has a direct in Arsenal, he needs to play it. So we can get rid of this, right? And he only has 2 cards left. He only has 1 Seismic Surge token pop in next turn. So maybe there's not much coming other than the Titan's Fist, as he needs to keep the ley line around. And that's what's happening here, right? So it's just 4 vanilla damage, basically. And he keeps the ley line around. And my hand is pretty decent, right? He's marked. I have a Saver. I have an Up Sticks and Run. I have a To the Point. And with the resources that I have available, I could even use the Retrieve option from Up Sticks and Run. So what I do here first is I use the Tunic resource. I play the Save a Bloodshed, right? So he knows I can draw a card. But now everything I do, every dagger I flick or whatever, is threatening the card draw. So coming in for 6, which now allows me to flick the Hunter's Clave, use a resource on the Up Sticks and Run, and then still come in with the Hunter's Clave. So here's blocking 8 with the Gauntlets of Iron Will. So I decide to flick the Hunter's Clave here. I draw into a blue Orb with a Spinneret, which is not really an ideal card, but I mean, at the end it can be my pitch card, as the Persuasive Prognosis can be much more threatening in this position. So I retrieve a Hunter's Clave, coming in for 5 now, which is, well, a bit more than a third of his life total. So Max really needs to decide, is he capable of holding 2 cards here? And now I can bring this up with To the Point to 9, but I want to play the Persuasive Prognosis here. It's coming in for 2 on hit, the Banish effect, and on hit go again. And with me keeping a card in hand, he really needs to think about, yeah, how much is he capable to give me in case this is an attack reaction that would block 3, right? So he's actually giving me quite some equipment here, right? He's giving me the gauntlets, the shield, as well as the civic steps. So another go again for me next turn. And I mean, I could have not played the To the Point here, right? So this was my Arsenal target anyway. He's over blocking, so he has a lot less resources, blocking resources available with his equipment. And so he's coming in with a Command and Conquer, which is annoying, as I wanted to play the To the Point. I mean, it's +4 in this case. Actually, even almost +5 because of the Tarantula that I transformed in. But there's no good way of me blocking this. I need resources to use my daggers. Yes, I could use the Pain in the backside, but also the Tarantula Toxin is so threatening in the state we're at. So probably the right play here is to be hit by the Command and Conquer, get rid of the To the Point, go down to 9 life, and then, yeah, use the cards I have in hand, as well as the threat of the Arakni Tarantula trigger. So depending on how much damage I threaten, he needs to give me cards to block, which would then allow my Tarantula Toxin to really get its full value. So I take the damage, I go down to 9, max is marked, and so I have a few options here. I play the cut from the same cloth first, right? Because I want to see what he has in hand. How much blocking value can he give me? Does he have any D-reacts? I mean, he still has the Crown of Providence, yes. So there's another 2 block. Okay, so he has a sink. He has 3 blocks. So I come in with a Graphene Chelicera first for 5. And if he doesn't give me blocks, I mean, he still has the sink, right? So I could try to bait him so that he gives me the sink first, so I can play the Tarantula Toxin. But if he gives me any of his cards already on the Chelicera here, then I'm happy, because then Tarantula Toxin gets its full value. And I mean, if I hit him with this dagger, he loses another life because of the Tarantula effect, and I can also flick a dagger for 2 more damage. So this goes up to 8. So, and I activate the Tarantula as well. I know he has the sink, but this goes up to 11, so that is 7, and then I can flick the dagger, or in this case, attack him, right, and then flick the other dagger for lethal. Just give me 2 block, but he knows this is the end of the game, as he does not have a shelter or any other prevention effect, right? So in this case, I think the dagger list worked quite well against Valda. I mean, he had some pretty powerful plays with the Valda specialization or the other attacks that he played. But yeah, let me know. Did you see any lines that I could have taken differently? Any errors I made on my side? Then please let me know, because I really want to do this in order to get better. And then again, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. And yeah, I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in person at Calling Hamburg, and also happy to have you back when my next video drops. Thank you so much, and take care.